All right, welcome back, everybody. Today's day number 24 of this new construction duplex that we're doing in Willis, Texas. We are now at the point where we're getting the delivery. This is the first time that we've used Home Depot. We have a Home Depot Pro VIP account, which is giving us an additional discount. And honestly, it's been a little bit of a growing pains first time, and we've just had a couple of snafus with the delivery and the quality of materials and all this other stuff. But we're figuring it out. We're getting through it. We had a large portion of the lumber that was delivered today, and so we have the guys out there working today. So let's just go through real quick. I want to show you basically what's happening. We have a lot of this material there that we had to go get at the will call, but these guys are out there already. And one of the first things that needs to be done on any construction project is this right here. So this is a chalk line, and the guys that are going to be putting these walls in, they just basically just use this to coordinate to ensure that the guys that are going to be working know where the walls are going to be. So they have the set of plans, and they just basically put the walls right around where they need to be. So you see how that let me back this up real quick. So you can see right here that this vent is right inside of the wall. You don't want the vent to be, outside over here on this side, because otherwise it'll stick out past out of the sheetrock, or on this side, on the opposite side as well. So we're making sure that all this stuff is done right. The plumber played a part in that, but just showing you some of the stuff here. Very, very cool. Okay, so now as we continue in this process, I'm going to point out a few things here. So these are the anchor bolts here. And as you can recall, these anchor bolts were put into the foundation. These are going to be then bolted down to ensure that the structure itself is adhered to the foundation with that anchor bolt. So it'll have a screw on it. It'll go all the way down. That's one of the inspectionable items that the city of Willis is going to be looking for. But that's pretty standard practice. I just wanted to point that out to you guys. This right here is what I was talking about, this foam stuff. This is a foam moisture barrier thing that we're required to have underneath there. Old school construction, they used to put like liquid nails and stuff like that to kind of adhere it, but really we want the house to be able to shift and breathe. And so now new code requirements say that we have to have this little foam barrier, and we buy it so that it's a 2x4, and I'll show you here in a second where in the firewall it needs to be a 2x6. So the vents are right in the walls. They're using these braces here just to make sure that the braces hold up the wall while they're just doing the rest of the stuff. So it's kind of a crazy scenario, because you do use more lumber than you would traditionally use, mostly because you need these pieces of wood to hold up the walls, because you can't just have an individual just holding it up the whole time. And so what happens is we use these braces, and we try to reuse those braces in other areas, like the eaves or the cornice. That's what that's called. So just real quickly, I picked up my kids from school, and then I wanted to show them the construction project here. And so as you can see, these guys are just going to town putting all this stuff together. It's looking good. It's a little bit later in the day, but they're going to get quite a bit done. All right, so here at this point, we're approximately at about 6 p.m. And tomorrow is going to be Saturday. These guys are going to be out there. They already have confirmed that they're going to be continuing to work. One of the things is like expectations. So I'll tell you this much: the way we pay for the framers and the way they make money is by starting the project and finishing it as fast as they possibly can. Not in a sloppy manner, but just really having focused amounts of work to get this stuff done. Because what happens is if they have to keep coming back multiple days, every time they come back or bring out an entire team, it's an entire day's worth of paycheck for them. So it is incumbent upon them to ensure that once they start, they just go ahead and press through and try to finish it as briskly as possible, without a whole bunch of stuff. So I wanted to show you here the the two different pieces. Okay, this is going to be for the firewall. This piece right here is going to be a 6-inch 2x6 and then this is a 2x4. So you see how it's a little bit thinner. So we're making this a little bit wider here for a specific reason, because it's going to be the firewall. That's what the plans say. And you know, the guys that are going to be doing the framing, that's going to be part of the responsibility. Yes, the framers are going to have to put up the sheetrock for this as well. So something quick, if you think about it, we're going to have some like outlets, like say an electrical outlet here, an electrical outlet there, an electrical outlet there, just as an example, okay? But if we cover up the sheetrock on this side and we cover up the sheetrock on the back side here, if we put sheetrock, how is this guy going to be able to access to be able to put those electrical outlet boxes here? The only way he can do it is from coming in from the very top down and then trying to figure out exactly where it is. So it's really annoying that that's going to have to be done, and it's going to take him more time, and it's just, you know, it requires a level of patience. So instead of doing that, what I've told this guy is like, hey man, I need you to come on Sunday. I called the electrician. I said, I need you to come out on Sunday so that we can address the firewall. The firewall needs to have plugs. It needs to have like foam, a fire rated foam right in that area. And of course, you know, we have to contact the installation guy to ensure that that gets done as well. So all that to say is that you have to do a little bit of coordinating right at that little element, but it's nothing too crazy. Right now we have plenty of time. If once we do our firewall here right in the middle, it is time to get a hold of the electrician and get a hold of the installation guy, because once that firewall is completed on both sides, you can no longer penetrate this wall. So we're going to have the sheetrock essentially going to be on both sides of this thing, and then we'll have the roof basically covering it up. And then once it's dried in, or we have, you know, something to protect the firewall so that water doesn't get in, we'll be able to just ensure that that sheetrock gets, you know, doesn't get water on it, because sheetrock will mold. It'll get black, especially if you get water on it. Then you have to clean it with bleach and go through all these other processes. So this has to be done relatively quickly. We have some great weather coming up right now, so we're going to just keep pressing through it. Probably work Saturday, probably work Sunday. I'm not necessarily going to work those days. I may stop in those days, but really at the end of the day, I mean, I'm stopping for like 15, 20 minutes. So think about the time that I made these quick videos to kind of explain to you guys everything. A total time that I was out there was probably a good 45 minutes to an hour today. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. That's the updates. I will talk to you soon.